Hi, I'm Chef Gail Sokol and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're making a curd, and you've seen me make curd before, lemon curd, 2 types on my videos and in my recipe on my website. But today we're making a different type. We're making blood orange curd and we're stabilizing it. So it's going to be a little bit thicker, a little bit easier to put as a filling in between macarons, in between cookies, inside of a sponge cake so it won't ooze out. We're going to use gelatin to stabilize it. But first of all, let's talk about blood orange. And before we do, click that notification button. I want you to become a subscriber because I want you to get all my videos and tips because they are wonderful and you will use them all the time. This is a blood orange. And you can see it almost looks mottled. It's got like red streaks on it. And when you open it up inside, look what it looks like inside. It's gorgeous. For a slice of that, it's lovely. It's just so different than a regular orange. It doesn't taste much different, but it's absolutely stunning to look at. These oranges are not in season all year. Between February and March is the best time to get them. So stock up on them now. Look at the juice. Look at that blood orange juice. It is deep ruby red and it's stunning. So we're going to make a curd. We're going to stabilize it with gelatin, and then we're going to put it in the refrigerator to make sure that it gets nice and firm. All right, so before we get to our stove, because a curd is a custard, it's a stovetop custard. We need to make a cold water bath or an ice water bath. So I have a larger bowl with icy water, a smaller bowl, and then on top of it, and then I have a sieve. And I put that inside. All right, so in order to prepare, I took 3/4 of a teaspoon of granulated unflavored gelatin, okay? And then I put that into the bowl, and then I sprinkled over it 2 teaspoons of cold water, and it's gonna get like jelly. You see that? It's like a jelly. It's like a jellyfish, and it's gonna melt into our hot curd. And then when we put it into, and we strain it into our bowl, it's gonna get nice and firm within a couple of hours or even overnight. So let's get started. Again, this is a custard. So what we're gonna do first is we are going to put 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. And this needs stirring or whisking all the time. You cannot leave this. 1/4 cup of blood orange. I have reduced 3/4 of a cup of blood orange juice to 1/4 cup. I reduced it in another saucepan because I wanted the flavor. If you want to intensify flavor, you reduce it. We do that when we make, gravies and beef broth and beef stock. When you want to reduce it, we do that as a demi-glaze, things like that. Well, bakers do the same thing. You want to actually get a lot of flavor in your blood orange. 2 large eggs, the whole egg. All right. And we're going to whisk this up. This should take about 3 or 4 minutes to thicken. It's not going to get too thick, but you will see the eggs. The eggs are the thickening agents. So we're just waiting for this to thicken. The egg yolks and the egg in general is a thickening agent. You just don't want to bring it to a boil. So we're going nice and easy. And we're going to get our gelatin ready so that when this starts getting thicker, we're going to take it off the heat, put our gelatin in, and let it melt down. So that jellyfish will melt down. Okay, so it's gotten a little bit thicker. I just don't want it to curdle. If it did curdle a little and you got a little bit of egg protein that's coagulated, don't worry because we will catch it because we have a sieve. So you see the jellyfish? The jellyfish is going in here. That's our stabilizing, all right? And we whisk it until it melts, very easy. And then we're gonna pour it into our ice water bath, and we're gonna catch some protein, some coagulated protein that might have occurred. So I'm just gonna get it, might have occurred, it's occurred. So very funny. Chef Gail's a comedian. All right. So now I'm just gonna let that move around in there. The color changes a little bit when you add, when you heat it. And then what we're gonna do is put plastic wrap on it, directly on the curd, directly on it, and then put it in the fridge. I don't want a skin to develop on top of it, so I just put a little bit, a piece of plastic wrap on top and put it directly in the fridge and just let it chill. Okay. So here we have it. I'm going to take this out of here. Just going to move this out of the way. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to take this and put it directly on the curd, because we don't want to develop any skin. And there's our curd. There's our blood orange, stabilized blood orange curd for any type of use you might have. This can be doubled. You can use this amount. It really doesn't make a huge amount. It makes between 3/4 of a cup and a cup, but it is delicious and delightful. So if you want to make this recipe, I urge you to do so. It's super simple and super delicious. And use it for all your desserts. So until next time, take care.